Law Firm Mentorship Program. My name is Modhoni Waweru. I'm an advocate of the High Court of Kenya. I'll be your host for today. And I'll just jump straight into the conversation on the topic for today, which is business development for startup law firms. And the person taking us through the conversation for today is none other than Mr. Njeru Karwana. And some of you may know him, and for those that do not know him, please allow me to introduce him. He's a management consultant with over 20 years of experience. He's also an author of a book called Mind Your Business. I'm holding the book in my hand right now, and it talks about how to start and run a sustainable and profitable business. I would urge all young lawyers to please get a copy of this book. It goes for 1,000 shillings. And if you want to get a copy, please contact us on the number that will be displayed in our bio on our channel. And he's also an advisor for financial institutions and small and medium-sized enterprises. So Mr. Karwana, welcome, and guide us to the topic for today.
Thank you for having me again. I'm very pleased to be back. Those who are able to be with us last week, we talked about the broad landscape, the broad idea of managing a business completely. We talked about the 4 pillars around which business are built. We talked about the legal affairs pillar. We talked about business development. We talked about operations and finance. So today we are taking the topic of business development and diving deep into it so that we can actually get it in a lot more detail than what we did the last time. Once again, this conversation is not really meant to tell you everything there is. This conversation is essentially for increasing your interest and level of awareness so that you're able to research more and learn more by reading books, watching videos, etc. Much further ado, let's first begin with a classic definition. I've modified this definition slightly so that it can answer to our actual discussion. But I have defined business development as a systematic process of building relationships with customers and other enterprises that guarantee a continuous exchange of value. By exchange of value, I mean the services that a business offers and the payment the business receives for offering that service. So that essentially is what we are going to be discussing throughout this short session. Now, you might remember this slide, which was the high-level slide of business development. The things that we talked about. Talk about understanding markets, doing research, segmenting your market geographically by size, and we ended up speaking about competition. So what we could probably do now is look at some of those topics with a bit more detail, and how do they actually apply to the business that you are planning to set up, or you've already set up of running a firm. So by definition, research, which I believe you've done a lot of yourselves in your study, research is a systematic investigation and analysis of facts. Systematic investigation and analysis of facts. So what are you analyzing? What facts are you analyzing? Yeah. So as you are planning your business venture, you need to spend some time and discuss who are your targets going to be. When you're a new firm, you might find that the potential target clients could be slightly different from when you are an older established firm. Then you can choose who you are going to target by industry. So if you have interest in the insurance, for example, you might target insurance organizations and consumers of insurance services. So you need to research what kind of numbers of these customers are actually there, what are their general needs. When you talk about an insurance company or an insurance industry and you are a legal practitioner in that industry, what are the real needs of that industry? What are the pain points? What are the areas that people are not tackling properly? Because those areas are not being tackled properly would be the ones that point to where your business should be. Then you'll find in every industry there are big companies and small companies. So you might say, who am I targeting? Am I targeting the big companies? Am I targeting the small companies? Am I targeting the ones in the middle? Then of course, all services that you're going to provide will be subject to billing. So you need to find out what kind of billing can they accommodate so that you get your customers targeted to the ones who are capable of paying fees at the level that you're likely to be charging. Then we talk about segmentation. There is no business that can serve all the people all the time. So you might say the stage at which my firm is, I'm only interested in a particular segment of the market. You might say I am interested only in customers who are domiciled in the capital city. So in that particular case, you are segmenting geographically. You might say, I don't want to interact with the firms who have got less than 20 or 30 employees. So you are beginning to segment by size. Okay, you could for example be a lawyer giving services in the area of sports. So you might say my segmented market are sports people who generally will be somewhere from maybe 15 to 25 years. Then you might also want to say, I want to specialize in maybe serving family-owned businesses. So in this particular case now, you are segmenting by ownership type. So the important point is that you cannot effectively run a business where you have not taken time to segment who your customers are and you know who your customers are not. Then an important thing that you need to discuss is really who is your competition. What is it that you are good at so that in that particular space you have an advantage. So the moment you have chosen your area of focus, then you find out who are the other players, who are the practitioners who are very good in that area. For example, you might have chosen an area like criminal law, for example. So you might be able to say, who are the top criminal lawyers in this particular country? How have they done their business? What is it that makes them good in what they do? Now, you might also want to say, the town which I am in, how many other players are there practicing law? You might also say, I'm going to differentiate myself by how I charge, by my fees. Then you find out who are the other players who are charging the same as you, because that's your competition. You see, competition always eats your lunch. So if you don't understand what they are doing, you'll always be at a disadvantage. Then you might look at the technology platforms that these organizations are using. You check what type of technology are you deploying and what is the competition deploying. So what is your unique advantage? What is the unique thing about what you are doing that makes you stand out? Now, having now discussed that as a general concept of developing a business, why don't we get now to some specifics? Before you take your product to market, you need to brand it so that people will identify you. And the first part of the branding of you as an advocate is yourself, you the person. How do you present yourself in the market? What are you known for? When people think of you, what is the image they develop of you? Luckily, as I was preparing for this presentation, I came across very many websites that even give ideas of how to profile your personal look as an advocate in different circumstances. So it might be useful for you to look at some of those things. But when you talk about personal branding, what do you want to be known for? That thing that you want to be known for is what you project. and how you project it is part of what we are going to be discussing now. Okay, the first thing that makes brands stick is what we call consistency. So the first thing is to choose the color scheme of your organization, so that everything within your organization goes along that color theme. If it is your logo, your signage, your business cards, your branded merchandise, every piece of material that is associated with your organization will always reflect those particular colors. Then you go down even how you present your documents. You choose the company font so that every communication you send out bears that particular font. If it is your own signage, the sign on the roadside that is showing the direction to your office, the sign at the address board of the building where you are doing your business from, the sign on your door, the sign on your branded merchandise, cups, spoons, everything. All that signage must be uniform. It must be consistent and coherent. Don't keep changing. Yeah. The mind retains visual images for a very long time. So if it's your stationery, your everything must be in that conformity. So that is branding. Now when you have the brand, let us now start marketing it. The first place where your brand is normally carried is actually your business card. The business card is a powerful tool of opening conversation, of presenting your organization in a way that people can get the name correctly. You see, when you tell people the name of your firm, many times they are not even hearing you properly because maybe they are waiting for you to finish talking so they can start talking. But when you actually give the person your business card, that action does several things. One, it gets their attention. Two, it enables them to see your brand. Three, they are able to see the name of your organization properly, and even your personal name, they can be able to pronounce it properly. So you must, as a very first step, invest in a well-designed a business card. Then you start defining now which social network you are part of. Please make sure that all the people that are in your social network, now they know that you are setting up your firm or you've already started practicing. Because these people are the same ones that either give you work or they invite their friends or introduce you to their friends to make you to make your business known. Now, if you are lucky to be in some clubs or in some professional associations, find something that you can be able to do that makes you stand out. So, for example, you could if, for example, you're a member of a golf club, you could find some time to speak to your members of your club about the law regarding personal injuries if they are on the sport. So you are associated with that knowledge. If you're a member of an association, if you're a member of a club like social clubs like Rotary Club and all those, find a topic that is of interest to most of the members. Seek an opportunity to speak to them and introduce yourself as an advocate and the area that you participate in. When there are events like legal clinics, find some time to participate in them. In that process of participating in them, you'll be able to exchange your information with other people who are also participating in similar events. Now, the media carries a lot of opinions, especially when they're important topics. Don't be quiet. Put in your opinion. Write an op-ed so that you are able to present to an open public a well-reasoned argument about a particular subject. That information is what actually makes you start to brand yourself and to be seen as a practitioner in that. If you have time, publish a book. You can publish a book on children's rights or something that is of general interest. In that whole process, again, you continue establishing yourself. And don't forget to always have giveaways in your organization. When you go to visit a client, leave a notebook behind. leave a branded pen behind. That particular giveaway that you left behind makes that organization stay connected to you for a long time. There are very many activities that you can carry out as far as marketing is concerned, and these are just a few highlights of some of the areas that you can develop a little bit further. Now, everybody, most people in this audience will be interacting with the social media in one way or another. They will probably be having a Facebook account, or they have a website, or all that, or they post something once in a while. However, to extract the full value and potential of social media, this is how you must approach it. First, you must define which objectives you are communicating for at a particular time. Let's say, for example, you have just started your farm, so your objective is just to get known. So you develop a strategy of how to get known. Have your content designed in a way to focus on that specific aspect. Have your media calendar planned for that particular purpose. So you always begin with a plan. Then after you've come up with a plan, implement it consistently. So if your intention is to post 3 messages a week, keep it 3 messages a week continuously. Don't do feeds and starts, because sometimes people follow the message that you are posting today relating to the one that you posted last. So if you have an airlock of several weeks, then you post again, then you lose your audience in the process. Now, plan your media calendar in short periods, like 1 month. 1 month is a good cycle to plan your calendar. Then once the month is over, now do a review. Do the analytics, see how many people visited, how many people engaged with you, what were the comments. Then you plan for the new month. Now, a lot of the work on the social media we can do for ourselves, but I think what is really advisable is to get an expert. For example, get somebody who knows how to do graphics. It doesn't have to be your employee. Somebody you pay maybe a couple of 100 shillings to do a poster. Now that particular person is able to produce all your marketing collateral, all your assets, all your digital assets, and keep them consistent and stored in a way that they are easily accessible. Try and get reliable gadgets. Get a good phone, so that when you are posting it is easy. And then choose a good time for posting. Some content is good to be posted early in the morning, others in the middle of the day, others. Do a bit of research to find out the particular type of content. When do people read it the most? Of course, the platforms, the platforms that are there now, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube channel, these platforms are excellent to use. Yeah. However, what you must do is, because millions and millions of posts are being done to these platforms, you must be able to manage your information, your posting, your boosting in a way that it comes top of mind. When people Google about, let's say, family law, your farm comes the top if the farm, that's the area of law that you are associated with. I will finish this presentation of today with a subject that sounds obvious, but which is the weakest link of most businesses, worse still of new ones. It is communication. Communication is the ability to choose a message that is well understood by a particular audience, deliver that message in a way that's actually understood, that what it is that you are saying is exactly what you want to be understood. Yeah? And then find a mechanism of getting to know if your message has been well understood. You'll find the communication that you are handling, there is internal communication and there is external communication. So you need to select very well the communication that is for your own employees. First of all, your own employees need to understand your organization. They need to understand all the services that you offer. They need to understand how you offer those services. They need to understand how you bill for those services. They need to understand all the procedures that clients must follow to be onboarded. Make a deliberate list of saying, these are the things that anybody who is working in my organization should actually know. So when a new employee comes to the organization, conduct something called induction. Give them a checklist, and until the person has actually gone through that checklist, they are not ready to start working. Let them know who their colleagues are, who handles what work, where documents are stored. Just pay attention to the internal communication, because sometimes clients will come to your organization when you are not there. They will be served by the person they find in that office. If that person does not have adequate information, your client will be disappointed. Maybe they might even go away and never come back. So pay extreme attention to internal communication. Then you deal with external communication. Now when you do external communication, the most enduring is your website. Your website is permanent, it is ubiquitous, it is all over, it is being seen all over the world. Be very careful what is posted on that site. First, make sure that you are posting information that is believable. So if you are a newly set up firm, stop fighting that fact that you are a newly set up firm. Look for the strength around being a new firm. Communicate that strength. Maybe you could say, we are a new firm, so we offer you excellent personal service. You will be interacting with the partner directly. If you are a large firm, don't hide that fact. Don't pretend you are not large. Take advantage of that. Communicate the fact that because you are a large firm, you have got adequate resources to provide your customers with good services. So the website is very, very important, and you need to choose the content very carefully, both in the video content and the static content, and even the response forms and all the other engagement that you have with the public. Then an important thing is a profile. A well-run business has an organization profile. So in your case, you need to have a firm profile. It shows the bio of you as a principal partner. Maybe if you have other partners, it shows who they are. It probably shows who the key staff are. It shows which areas of law you practice. Have it nice and glossy, because very many times when you request for work to be added in a panel, in an organization panel, the first thing they look at is the profile you've given. You are not there to represent yourself, so your document is representing you. So spend a bit of money, spend a bit of time, think through it, and have a really good company profile. The company profile usually will be accompanied by a letter of introduction. A letter of introduction is the same as an application for employment. Pay as much attention as you can. It should not have grammatical mistakes. It should not be too wordy. It should not be have unnecessarily long paragraphs. It should be neat, one page. It just says, we are so and so. We are good at doing this particular kind of service, and would like to offer it to you. And our company profile is attached for your reference. That's it. So you put it on a well-designed letterhead, well-designed envelope. Have it properly delivered. If it has to be delivered physically, have it properly delivered by email. Avoid, for a serious business, you should avoid the free email, the Gmails, the Yahoos. Get your own domain so that you've got a proper professional email that delivers your profile, delivers your messages. Yeah. If you want to participate in forums, webinars, come there with your colors and everything else, because you are communicating your brand at all times to everyone. Now, you should not say that there are some times when I'm casual about my business and there are some times when I'm serious about your business. Business is serious business. It is full-time employment for you. You have to take it very, very seriously all the time. So for today, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the discussion I will have as far as business development is concerned. And as I keep saying, these topics are large topics. I'm not here to teach you everything there is. I'm here to teach you, I'm here to give you the interest, so that you are able to, on your own time now, read a bit more, watch one or two videos, etc.
They're saying you're very rich with wisdom and knowledge. May God continue to inspire you and fill you with wisdom as you inspire others.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's a very kind
That's a very
compliment.
kind compliment.
Thank you very much.
So guys, I think if there are no questions, we can end the session for today. Thank you for tuning into the session today. The live recording will be on our YouTube page. We'll post the link down in the comment section. So make sure you stay tuned in for the next session that we'll be having with Mr. Caruana. And from us to you, thank you. And I hope that this discussion was impactful to you guys. Any closing remarks?
I think for me, the important point is to keep interacting with the community that we are speaking with. If you have got any particular issues around running your business that you like us to address at a future session, please share them with the host or make a comment when we have our section next week, which is going to be on operations. We can be able to take some time and answer whatever questions you may have come up with during the week. That's really
so
my
guys, as we close, make sure you get a copy of this book. It's called Mind Your Business: How to Start and Run a Sustainable and Profitable Business, by our guest, who is the author, Mr. Caruana. Like I said in the beginning of the session, it's a very informative book, especially for the young lawyers. So make sure you get a copy of this book. So thank you guys for coming on board. We look to see you next time.